Hello, everyone. My name is Jeeranuch Sakkhamduang. I'm a representative of RCE Greater Phnom Penh and Institute of Environmental Rehabilitation and Conservation, or ERICON in short. So today I would like to share our experience in promoting sustainable agriculture through ESD, a case study from Kampong Cham province of Cambodia. So let me introduce you my presentation outline. I will start with an introduction of RCE Greater Phnom Penh, then the reason for us to start an ESD, and the reason for start ecological transition education, and the way to link ecological transition education with the community, and change in communities after conducting ecological transition education, and our future plans on direction of ecological transformation education and community connectivity. And final, I will show you our case study. So first, let me introduce you the RCE Greater Phnom Penh. RCE is a platform of multi-stakeholder approach to combine or connect several stakeholders, include international NGO, local university, local farmer, governmental agencies, both in ministry level and provincial level, and farmer together. RCE Greater Phnom Penh was officially acknowledged by the UNUIAS in December 2009. We work in Phnom Penh, which is the Cambodia capital city, and the 6 surrounding provinces, namely Kampong Cham, Kampong Chnang, Kampong Spu, Kandal, Preweng, and Takeo. Our activity is focused on promoting education for sustainable development, or ESD, in the area of Greater Phnom Penh, focusing on food, agriculture, and environmental education. So the reason for us to start ESD, or Education for Sustainable Development. So the mentioned 6 provinces has a strong relation in food, demand, supply, and economical aspect. So agriculture plays an important role for economic growth, with reducing poverty for their people. Rice is the main crop there, and vegetable is the second most important agricultural product being cultivated. The education of farmers in the country is limited, which is resulted from the poverty and civil war during 1968 to 1979. And RCE Greater Phnom Penh is focusing on ESD, not only for school and students, but also farmers, especially in rural areas. So the reason for us to starting ecological transition education, let me introduce you the background of Cambodia agriculture. So you can see from the map, we divide the socio-geographical zone in Cambodia into 5 zones. The green zone is the Tonle Sap zone, and the pink one is the plateau zone. The blue one is plain zone, and the remaining one is coastal zone. And you can see in the pie chart the number and percentage of household agricultural holding by socio-geographical zone. So the largest occupant is the blue one, so it's mean in plain zone. And the percentage of agricultural product destination is for household consumption, and the remaining is for sale. Here, I would like to show you agrochemical application in Cambodia. As around 1/10 of households in Cambodia apply chemical fertilizer, and the form of organic fertilizer applied in farmland mainly is just animal manure. And more than half of pesticide, fungicide, herbicide, and other agrochemical applied in plain zone of the country, which is our GGP, RCE GGP responsible area. And Cambodia has no chemical fertilizer or pesticide manufacturer. Most of the commodities are imported from neighboring countries like Thailand or Vietnam. There are a lot of problems related to agrochemicals, such as low level of chemical awareness on using chemical due to limited education, and no accidental data and information for accidents caused by the misuse or wrong use of chemical. Cambodia faced parallel problems regarding human capacity, experience, legal framework, and facility and mechanism for managing chemical and information dissemination. So this is the reason for starting ecological transition education. So the ESD in agricultural sector is very important for Cambodian, especially for farmer in elementary school, farmer and agricultural extension officer. So the RC Greater Phnom Penh work to increase public awareness and perception of the importance of making harmony between farming practice and natural environment. When you talk about ecological transition with poor farmer, it doesn't make sense with them. So we need to think or use a new concept to motivate them to change their the way of their agricultural practice. So we focus on incentive for explaining what they will get if they change or transform their agricultural practice from the conventional one to the more sustainable one. And then we provide capacity building, and we empower women and youth. We focus on working with their agent of change, and also we use a multi-stakeholder approach. After several years that RC Greater Phnom Penh has been working with farmers on ecological transition education, we found that the number of farmers who use organic fertilizer has increased. And model farmer, or the key farmer that we work with, they play a vital role to disseminating knowledge to other farmers. And we found active involvement from women. And also for agricultural officer, they acquire new knowledge and technique. And the knowledge dissemination design give opportunity to junior officer. Our future plan on direction on ecological transformation, education, and community connectivity. We plan to involve younger farmers more in ESD and sustainable consumption and production. And we plan to match the demand and supply on organic or low agrochemical input products. And we plan also to enhance food preservation skill and product from local producers. And we also plan to promoting awareness of sustainable consumption and production to consumer and connect with broader stakeholders such as public health services, restaurant and market operator to enhance sustainable consumption and production. Now let me share with you our case study. RC Greater Phnom Penh, we implemented project on promoting sustainable agricultural conditions for poverty reduction. So the objective of this project were to build capacity on sustainable agriculture practice for agricultural extension officer in the province and district, to promote sustainable farming practice based on cyclic use of natural resources for local farmers, and to promote conditions for sale of agricultural products with low chemical input. The duration of our project starts from September 2017 and it was end on February 2021. The stakeholders of this project include governmental agency, educational institute, NGO, and farmer groups. We have in total 1,530% of our beneficiaries. And let me show you a little bit of our background of Kampong Cham province, the area of our case study. The province itself covers the area of around 4,500 square kilometers with population of almost 900,000 people and has the population density is of 198 persons per square kilometer. Main agricultural crop of this province include rice, cassava, maize, fruit, and rubber. This province has less forest, as you can see on the top right of the map, and the green area is the remain forest. So more than 80% of the province area are cultivated. This is how we implement our project. As I mentioned before, we focus on multi-stakeholder approach. So our stakeholder here is shown in the table, include Provincial Department of Agriculture and District Department, Model Farmer, District Group Farmer, General Farmer, and Educational Institute and NGO. So this figure shows the roles of stakeholder in project implementation. So everyone has potential to feedback their idea to implementer. And we also have a data collection and analysis. We use questionnaire survey and key informant interview, focus group discussion, and program monitoring through farm data record and farm visit. For capturing the change from project implementation, 100 farmers who participate in the project were randomly selected to conduct baseline and endline survey, and descriptive statistics were used to analyze the data collected. And now we come to the result. In general, we have 78% of male participants, while only 22 female, and average age is 49 year, almost 50. And for their educational level, 44% attend primary school and 39% finish secondary school. Average number of family members is 5.12%, and their own average cultivation land of 1.2 hectares. And average annual income from agricultural activity is about $2,000, and non-agricultural activity is $551, and most of them has average annual income of around $2,600. So this table shows the duration, topic, and participant in the workshop. So when we decide the topic of workshop and training, we focus on the improvement of soil fertility, soil conservation. And next year, we focus on pest and disease management and biopesticide making. And last year, we focused on irrigation technique, drip irrigation, and mini sprinkler. So we also provide a technical training abroad for agricultural extension officer as well. I would like to show you the result. So we observe a change in agrochemical and organic fertilizer from baseline and endline survey. The left-hand side, we show the change in using agrochemical. So you can see the decrease of using chemical fertilizer and using chemical pesticide. While the right-hand side table, we show you the changes in the organic fertilizer application of farmer. So we can see the increase in using organic fertilizer, especially compost. So from the start year, the compost application in this project area is only 7.4%. But at the endline survey, so we see it increased to 81%. Besides, we also observe the changes in diversity in farmland. So we observe the improvement of soil conditions, such as soil become more porous, is softer, and get darker in color compared to before applying organic fertilizer, and more soil animals were observed in farmland. Farmers in our project area also increased in crop diversity and livestock in farmland for multiple benefits, such as for household consumption, for market or use as their safety net, especially for animal husbandry. And more beneficial insects were found in farmland that farmers stopped applying chemical pesticide and using biopesticide made from plant and herb. And during April 2020 to February 2021 that the COVID-19 became global pandemic. Program stakeholders observed that there are some change toward environmental and human health, and it contributed to the resilience of project beneficiary during the pandemic. So we conduct our questionnaire survey with the 58 farmers to monitor farmer situation during the COVID-19 outbreak. So, and we found that the 54 respondents that apply organic fertilizer in farmland, they think they are healthier than before. And 49 respondents that increased type of plants and livestock in their farmland compared to before joining the project. And 53 respondents think they have more food security than before joining the project. And they think they have a chance to meet with other farmers from the different village and commune more often. And this is really helped them in terms of sharing their stress and concern or worry during the pandemic. So we still have the challenge and opportunity regarding promoting ESD through promoting sustainable agriculture practices. So our challenge include application of chemical fertilizer still mixed with compost, and biopesticide is not well accepted by farmers as it is less effective compared to the chemical one. And number of agricultural extension officials to the area under responsibility is still small. However, we saw the opportunity that the sustainable organic farming become one of the province agricultural extension policy. And organic farming and safety food are well accepted by relevant stakeholders, especially customers in the province. And we found opportunity to engage youth and educational institute, and the farmer who trained by the project, they share knowledge to other farmers. This is one result that we are so happy to see, because farmer can act as an educator to educate more farmers in their neighboring area. So now I come to the conclusion. With our project that promoting sustainable farming practice through ESD, we found is healthy food and environment which lead to healthy individual and community. So our project and our action contribute to the sustainable development goal in the left-hand side. We try to reduce no poverty and zero hunger, good health that result from healthy food, and quality education for all levels, not only formal education, but also informal education. And we promote also the responsible consumption and production. And as we care agricultural diversity, we care life on land. And the most important is the partnership for the sustainable goal, because we cannot achieve those alone without the partnership and multi-stakeholder approach. And finally, I would like to share or send our message. Although our case study or context is different from farmer or education system in Korea, but one thing that maybe you can take away from this is education is not just a formal one, but also informal education is very important. To support people to take a lifelong education, you need to look beyond the school or formal education, like what we are doing. Our educator is not only teacher or a university lecturer, but also farmer or agricultural extension. They can be a good educator and transfer their knowledge by the suitable way that fit with their own context. Thank you very much.